Now you can try it, it'll happen. Dr. Shakur will join a little late. He will be joining around 7:40 or so. Akram? Sir, we have gone live almost.
Now you're live.
Yeah, in 2 minutes I'm
What's the
live.
currently వచ్చాను
Yeah, now I'm in the show.
Okay. So we have just gone live. So welcome all. Good evening,
We
everybody.
cannot maxim.
Hello.
Hello. We cannot maximize it or what?
You can maximize it,
Yeah,
sir.
we can make it full
No, I
screen
cannot
because
see.
yeah,
You
we
can
are not
maximize.
able to see.
I can see you as a small screen only. I cannot see you as a full screen. Hello, Pathasati sir.
Yeah.
That what
You
you're
just in the
showing is from
bottom.
there. Where is it? See, it shows having issues. Leave Studio share screen. We cannot have something like maximize screen.
Of course it happens. Just allow me a little time. Please let me find it.
See, there are 2 points. One is the chat is not working. Akram, the chat is not working, right?
Yeah, the chat is not working and we can't maximize it. We can't convert it into full screen. So if we can't convert it into full screen, the issue would be the seeing the PPT. We won't be able to understand the PPT.
1 second. Let me just check
Yes.
it up with the back end. Okay. In the meantime, Mr. Ravi has joined. You can introduce.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Good
So,
evening.
Very good. Yes. Good afternoon. Good evening. I am Ravi from Chennai.
good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon.
I think it's going on live. I think no. 7:30 supposed to go on live.
No, we are. It is more like a testing. So I'll just give you a background.
Okay.
Pathasati sir is having this event platform,
Oh.
and P Combinator is a virtual incubation accelerator program. We set up entrepreneur facilities within colleges. So
Nice.
we leverage the college students and build products. and subsequent to that, then we help them get investments.
Okay.
Then I also strategized Auto Nebula. So Vimal is one of my mentee entrepreneur who is also joined
Okay.
part of this particular show, and he has been working on peripheral, no, for automation for automotive cars, second used cars. The peripheral can get integrated, and you can get a luxury of a luxury car like Mercedes also.
Excellent.
I think Vimal will be in a position more better to tell what exactly he is doing.
Okay.
So what we are trying to do is we are trying to bridge the industry academic startup NGO gaps. And this is a platform where we are encouraging more and more student entrepreneurs to join OYA, showcase their products and services. If any accelerator program wants to also showcase their accelerator program, they can do it. And it is in all a 3-day event, and the stalls are going to be extended for from 18th to 25th. So this is what is the context.
Okay.
So I think if you can introduce yourself, no, that would be good, sir. Hello, hello. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Who we are asking?
I am asking to all
Name
of you,
name
one
the
at a
person.
time.
Better you name the person.
Hello,
Yeah. So basically, okay, let me
are you?
take the honor to introduce myself first. Maybe so. Dr. Sharma is asking all of us to introduce ourselves. And Ravi sir, you are very right because I can't see the names. It's so small in the screen,
Yeah,
Ravi sir. So maybe
yeah,
let
yeah.
me introduce.
I
Let me Yeah. So let me be the first one to introduce. My name is Akram Haq. I'm based in New Delhi, and I run a digital media com strategic think tank called the Policy Times. The idea behind the Policy Times is we want to promote policy and progress. So we want to promote development or progress through policy, better policy making and policy implementation. There are three stakeholders that we connect and we want to work with. Number one is academia, educators. Number two is the policymakers. Number three is the industry. Because I realize that, or I understand that these three stakeholders play a very critical and important role in nation building. Many plays more, but the issue is that they are the ones who understand policy and they understand the importance, relevance, urgency of better policy making and policy implementation. So we have been working on with the various state and central governments. We work with embassy high commissions. We work with genius like Dr. Sharma, Dr. Prakash Sharma, who is also working tirelessly, consistently in promoting startup entrepreneurship in the country. And Dr. Sharma has been one of our well wishers and in the advisor. So he's also one of our advisors helping us uh, build a better brand like Policy Times to contribute in the country.
Excellent.
Now, may I request,
Yes, sir.
I think, Shemal sir, if you can introduce, or Ravi sir, if you can introduce, maybe.
Well, I just started with my introduction. In fact, I'm representing a company called eCargo, connecting manufacturing products up to last mile delivery through my platform like news, conventions, contests, and Expo, entirely logistics,
Okay,
vertical also. I'm very much involved in the green initiatives, startup kind of thing. I'm also a mentor for the university supporting startup companies. So
Pathra.
definitely, this attracted me. And I am also representing a global organization from Malaysia, People of Indian Origin called GoPO.
Okay.
Almost 30 million people are there, spread around 1,000 countries, headquartered in Delhi.
okay,
So I just invited them to be part of our show, taking as a partner, and they agreed. And we are going to have one full day show on that, on logistics, like
okay,
e-commerce,
got it.
supply chain, artificial intelligence, all various things, supporting startup companies. So that's a plan we are going to have.
Ravi, one
Sure, good.
second. Dr. Sharma, the bottom of the screen, right hand side bottom, you have a
Okay.
small square over there.
Huh?
Just click it, it will go
Where
full
I
screen.
cannot see that square. No, I cannot see that square.
There is
This
only
is, at least you could see
Hello.
6 frames here. Just below Vimal,
No.
the scrolling is going on.
Ah, yeah,
இது
yeah, yeah. Got it, got it.
Yeah, there you click it.
இல்லையே இப்போ வருதா உங்களுக்கு ஆல்ரெடி
I
பீப்புள் ஆர் தேர்
no, I clicked on that.
நீங்கள் அதை போட்டால்
but
I clicked
இங்கிலீஷ்
on
போட்டு
that.
கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க
It
but
goes
not
full screen.
maximum screen.
ஆமாம் தப்பாக கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க ஃபேர்னிஸ் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க
It goes full screen.
நான் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்
No, I
No, it's
no,
not
I
going full
clicked on that.
screen.
Should I refresh it? Should I refresh it?
You just refresh it and try, or maybe rejoin. Maybe.
No, it won't happen. I tell you. I
No.
think because Partho sir, we have taken this platform into your platform. So you
Okay.
have taken this StreamYard and integrated it into your platform. That is why some of the features that are available in StreamYard will not be active here.
You are able to see my screen now.
Yeah,
My cursor is there.
yeah.
So it has gone full screen now. Are you able to see that full screen? Are you able to see it now?
Yeah, it is happening in your screen. So then you have to give us right, sir.
Okay, just let me get back to. And, shall we start? At least now we are live.
Yeah, please. So Ravi sir just introduced himself.
Yeah.
Maybe Ravi sir, have you finished?
I've done. Yeah.
Then
Excellent.
should I introduce myself?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Shamal, please.
Not doctor, simply Samuel Kumar Mujumdar. Myself, Samuel Kumar Mujumdar from West Bengal, district of Murshidabad. I am simply a principal of a higher secondary school and trying to do something for my students. My field is much more different from your field. You are doing very much for the development of our country, and I am just teaching the students from type 5 to plus 12 students. At present, in this COVID situation, I am trying to teach my students how to learn computer. Through this computer, this Zoom video, PPT, all these things they may learn. The problem is my school is in rural area. The students are from generally marginal farmers, rickshaw pullers, van pullers, and a big tribal area is there. So more than 100 tribal students are also there. It is very difficult for them to purchase such modern equipments so that they can be taught by these modern equipments like laptop, tabs, and even Android mobiles. Still, somehow they
Okay.
have purchased at this moment 60% of them Android mobiles. But for difficulties networking in my area, this Murshidabad district area, some many times networking tower is not available. And second thing is they cannot afford also too much money for this purpose. So I cannot understand how I can help them too much.
Okay. I have a question over here, Shamal. You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear.
So,
Yeah.
can
Live,
radio also
live.
be considered as one of the medium for teaching?
How they can use it radio, but
Android.
But when radio is there, you will need to have from the radio point of view. There will be multiple. Internet is a challenge, right?
yes,
Okay.
it's a
Let
good
us
idea.
let us hear from Mr. Yeah, let us hear from Mr. Rajaram, and then we can interact again.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Prakash and Mr. Ravi, Mr. Patsardi. Uh, yeah, thanks for inviting me to be part of this IS360. Uh, so today, the curtain raiser, uh, we are going to uh, show what is going to happen in the expo. Why should startups participate? What is in it for them? So, from an incubator perspective, I head the Whaltech Technology Business Incubator as the CEO. We have more than 160 startups who have registered with us.
Your voice has gone mute, sir. Sir, your voice has gone mute.
Yeah, yeah,
It's okay. No, it's okay.
We lost you in
yeah,
between.
yeah.
It's
Hello,
okay.
Is
we
It's
it
okay.
lost
is it coming now?
Rajaram,
Yeah,
sir.
it's okay
We
now.
Yeah,
lost him.
yeah. Is
Okay.
it coming now?
It's okay now. It's okay now.
Yeah. I don't know why it automatically got into mute. Anyway, so I head the Whaltech Technology Business Incubator, DSC supported incubator out of Chennai, Avadi. We are the second biggest university-based incubation system in Chennai, next only to IIT Madras. IIT Madras has about 200 incubatees. We have about 160 plus. We are strategic partners to Google, Amazon, Zoho, RBL Bank, Paytm, Sri Ramachandra University, YNYS Venture Engine. There are at least about 10 strategic partners who offer uh, quite a bit of value to the startups in terms of cloud credits, in terms of banking options, in terms of Paytm e-commerce commissions. Uh, with the Zoho, all their apps free for 1 year, like that. Each one offers very distinct value to the startups. As a result, startups who are part of Whaltech TBI are able to reduce the cost of operation. They are able to sustain without major expenses, operational expenses, for a long time, right, without burning cash. So we have apart from we have angel investors, we have venture capitalists, at least 15 of them associated with us. So we have mentors from Google, uh, Stanford, and Twitter. Many of the VCs, sorry, many of the uh, what do you call venture capital ecosystem in US as well as India, right? Several leading entrepreneurs who are part of the Whaltech TBA ecosystem as mentors, including Mr. Ravi of eCargo Log and Mr. Radhakrishnan, who are all there on this call. Um, so, see, our startups. See, one of the questions we are talking about is what is the expectation uh, for startups from this expo? So from this expo, distinctly, we are looking at as incubator, our startups would like to connect with other startups. What are their products and services? How do they reach the market? What are their connections? What kind of lessons or mentoring they can take from them. Uh, what are the kind of mentors who will be there on this platform in this expo, who will be visiting, and who are all the VCs and angels who will be visiting, and are there going to be pavilions, right? Suppose if I am a fintech, is there exclusive space where only fintech startups are available, so that people who are only interested in fintech will come only to this pavilion? So there are a variety of questions in terms of what is in it for them, how is the expo structured, And what is the takeaway for the startups? These are, I know Mr. Parthasarathi, Mr. Ravi are having all the answers. They said they're going to talk about some of those in this call, and there is also going to be a video which they will be sharing, which will be very, very useful to the startups as well as student entrepreneurs uh, to be part of this expo.
That's right.
So I would like to stop at this point and allow others. I can always pitch in if there are any subsequent opportunities. Thank you very much for inviting me
Yeah.
to be part of this panel.
Thank you, Mr. Rajaram. Now I call upon one of the most experienced startups from Kerala. Okay, Vimal, can you come on and then just share your experience and also your expectations as a startup from any such expo?
Thank you so much, India Startup 360, for giving me this opportunity, and thanks everybody in the panel. We need more of such kind of events to help startups or budding entrepreneurs or big companies. There should be a connect between these companies and organizations, because the startups have idea, they have prototypes, but they get stuck when it comes to the industry. So let me introduce myself. I am Vimal, founder CEO of VI Innovations, an automotive tech startup based in Cochin, Kerala, and we have innovated a technology where a normal car or a old car can be transformed to a smart connected car with modern features. This can also be a helpful device in the COVID situation, which can minimize the physical contact between physical contact to switches inside the vehicle, where we can operate all the switches from your smartphone itself, and you don't have to depend on anybody else, or you don't have to physically touch any switch. So this is our innovation, and I'm glad that I've joined with you this evening. Thank you so much. And most things, one important point I would like to share with you is uh, big corporates who can launch, who can help startups launch their products would be most welcome in this kind of event, because those companies need innovation and startups need a step to the market. So this kind of collaboration would be the most significant, I believe, is the need of the hour. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vimal. Gentlemen, I would like to introduce Mr. Prem Anand. He is basically an information security professional from Chennai, and he is also very closely working on platforms like artificial intelligence and so on. Prem, can you just introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Okay. See, my background is software and electronics. I've been in this industry for the last 25 years. Right now, I do 50% of my time is spent on consulting on IT in healthcare, and 50% of the time in mentoring startups and as a visiting faculty in universities. I teach cyber security and artificial intelligence as a one semester subject. Um, right now, I have a healthcare platform that is developed and given to Apollo hospitals for screening diabetes. They screen for diabetes across communities all over India. So that's it shortly about me. I'm also currently involved in doing some R&D work on AI uh, for automotive industry. That's about me, sir. I have been associated with Mr. Ravi, and we have been jointly working on promoting seminars and conferences, organizing big events. So Mr. Ravi has invited me here, and I will contribute on whatever scale I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Prem. Yeah, I now call upon Mr. Akram to introduce himself and share his prospect
I
about
just
the event.
introduced in the beginning, at the beginning, sir. So maybe should I
Should I
repeat?
introduce? Yeah, please.
Okay. So my name is Akram Haq. I run a digital media com strategic think tank called the Policy Times. The idea is to promote policy and progress. So the idea is to promote development through better policy making and policy implementation. And since last 3 years, we have been working with three core stakeholders: industry, academia, and policymakers. We are very well connected with Dr. Prakash Sharma, and then we got connected with Dr. Partha Sarathi sir through Dr. Sharma, and now we'll be very happy to work with you to promote startup in the country, because startup is the backbone, and incubation center plays a very critical and crucial role in building startup across the country. And I think what the international best practices we can learn, and how do we groom startups across India, would be very interesting to see. We are very well connected in the education sector. Shemal sir is here from West Bengal. We are connected with the schools, colleges, universities across sectors, whether it is pharma, engineering, uh, and all the areas. We would be very happy to connect, and actually, this is also one of our core objectives. We want to promote entrepreneurship and skill education in the schools, colleges, universities. School is our first target, because if we can take this skill education and entrepreneurship to the schools, then they are very clear what kind of uh, graduation degree they will go further, and their graduation degree will be very valuable for them. Then we don't have to guide students what kind of career to make, because you will find 50% of the engineers are doing marketing jobs after MBA, and most of the students, almost 60 to 70% students, are very confused and not clear how much their degree will have any connection with their education, or, I mean, job or business in future. So I felt that if we start entrepreneurship education and skill education from the school level, I think the students will have far better direction or career path in future. So for now, this I really want to see the foundation of this IES 360 that Partha Sarath sir has built, and want to see that how we can contribute in this.
Thank you, Prem. Thank you, Akram. Now I call upon Dr. Sharma to brief about this concept and like how he conceived this concept of a particular event and share his prospect about the event. Dr. Sharma.
As I explained to all earlier, Passion Infotech, it's a 2 decade old venture, and we are largely focusing on the industry academic gap. So we have around 1,000 plus seniors who are available with us, out of which 20 to 30 individuals, as Pathasat is aware, we have weekly sessions also. And we have mentors, and we set up entrepreneur facilities within colleges for free. We are not taking any money. Okay, it is a free initiative for the colleges. Now, what happens is, in case if any college wants to promote any student entrepreneur or a research, this will be a ideal platform where they can showcase their research also, as well as the student entrepreneurs, and we will be in a position to identify investment opportunities for them. So the purpose of this event is largely to bring more and more student entrepreneurs into this platform, more researchers, more academicians who want to showcase their concepts or an idea, And through that, what will happen is we'll have multiple mentors or potential seniors, who want to co-found this venture. So we can actually spin off startups, and that is where the intention is. And we want to make this particular event a more successful initiative by promoting it within the colleges, encouraging students, encouraging academicians, encouraging NGOs to participate. So Partha, correct me if anything is missing out of this.
Nice, sir. You are on the dot. Uh, Akram, in fact, for the interest of the public, I just want you to brief, about this Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical Women University and this boot camp arrangements.
Yeah, thank you, Partha sir. Actually, Mr. Dr. Shakur Ahmed would be a better person to brief on that.
He is
Dr.
held up in
Shakur,
the traffic. He is likely to join any moment. He called
he
me
will,
up.
he will join soon, and he will give a better idea about the Atal Bharat mission. That the government is actually opening incubation centers across India at the school level, what I understand. And a lot of schools are building infrastructure, incubation center infrastructure, library come incubation center. Dr. Shakur will talk more on that because I don't want to break the suspense. What I want to say that, experts like Dr. Sharma or Dr. Partharathi, you can take huge advantage of this incubation center that is being developed. This one is the government is building incubation centers. The other is that various state governments are also coming up with skill university. You know, for example, Haryana has a very nice skill university which has thousands of students, which is in the format of IGNU at the same time like DU, Delhi University. Now they are providing skill education from the beginning and also trying or looking for people like you, people like us, who can support them to convert these skilled professionals into some kind of startups, or they want to place them. The other thing is there are a lot of skill councils. Now we can also work with these skill councils because a large number of students coming out from those skill councils. Also, a portion of them are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. Small startup. So that is another thing, another area that we can work because not many of them are interested for jobs or they are directly getting jobs in whichever format. But many of them can be, self-help or self-employed persons. So how we can groom them to be self-employed and then convert them into some kind of startup or entrepreneur would be very interesting. I would love to hear from Dr. Partharathi also, from Dr. Sharma, that how can we, because we have almost millions of students coming from skill councils or skill university or the Atal Bharat mission. So, we have a huge pool of students to train.
Akram,
Yeah.
I just
So
want to hand over the mic to Ravi. Since you touched the topic of skill development, he is having a very big smile because he is very closely connected with NSDC. Okay, so he may not express himself openly, but until otherwise somebody has to quiz him, and out. Ravi, can you share your experience and how do you feel that we can take it further?
This is for the skill council you're talking about?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
The
Incidentally,
CII skill development
last 1 year
education.
I've been associated with the CII, Logistics Skill Council. Directly connected with the Ministry of HR, and we have been training students, inviting more on the skill management sectors, and we are inculcating logistics course in the colleges now. That was the thing, associated with the skill council, and definitely anything connected with the skill management kind of thing, so I'll be able to support.
Okay. See, I just have one small doubt. I could see three frames waiting. One is already there in the mainstream, and two more frame I am looking at. Is there anybody the same name, or if maybe if they can change the name or something like that, I can definitely allow them into the panel
I
because
don't think
only
other than
one
Brave
frame
Anand,
I invite. Come again.
other than Brave Anand, nobody is there.
Three frames I could see. Other than Prem Anand, of course, we already had him on the panel. Prem, are you there? Prem?
Yeah, he just introduced though.
Yeah.
Okay. And two more I could see. Anyway,
By which name?
okay. No, no, the two have gone. Two have gone. Okay. He has
Okay.
logged in multiple things. Okay. Bimal, I wanted to share your latest experience that you had participated in one government of Kerala's initiative on this skill expos. Okay, this startup expos. So can you share your experience and then like
Um,
you could suggest something?
we have got many attention from various parts of the world and as well as from our nation, and it's an opportunity to get free marketing and free access and one-to-one networking and presentation and pitching opportunity. So the ecosystem here in Kerala is fantastic, and we have got we have got potential customers, we have got VCs, we have got complementary startups, and virtual events are fantastic. And I don't know whether it's for coming year the events and real events will be possible or not. Till then, we have to stick on to virtual events, and the experience I got it from here is fantastic. We've got whatever we needed, and it's up to us to pick it up from there and build it.
But
Thank
then
you.
why there is so much of hesitation? We are striving hard, we were expecting about say close to 200 to 220 people. We had even kept the pricing at very low, and we are trying to encourage even participants from colleges and so on. Okay, I just have one small doubt over is are we planning it in a hurried way and then like we would like to go it in a bigger way and we need a time to uh, publicize it and go on, or we are making any mistake? I
Uh,
just want to understand. Or is there any
not
hesitation
not
from
mistake.
the
You're no, no, no. You have started something that is way more than others who have just doing nothing and nothing for the startup. So you have done a wonderful thing by starting something. Now it will take time to pick it up from here, and I think more of exposure should be given to your India Startup 360. That is the platform where we can connect with people, networks, companies, and startups, students, we potential VCs. So I think more of marketing should be done to your IS360. More people should be aware of this. There are a lot of things happening similarly, but we need to prove, we need to show them that it's an ecosystem where it's
then you can log
accessible to
in now?
everybody.
Okay, okay. Hello.
I
Yeah.
think we need to give more time to get more people. There is no mistake from your side. I think we need to give more time, and we need to slowly reach to students who are budding entrepreneurs, and most of them are dreaming about to become an entrepreneur, but they don't know how to do the thing. So I think India Startup 360 can play a good role in uh, giving them the path how to be an entrepreneur through such events.
Hey, I do agree with
Thank you.
you. We are going it a bit fast. I know that, but Professor Rajaram has got a different experience altogether. Maybe if he can come online and then like share his how people would take it. Because I want to mention one point over here. Because of the COVID situation, virtual events are popular. That was one comment given by Vimal. But I have a different feeling. even if the live events are there, aggregated events are there openly, this virtual platform is definitely going to give them one more edge that they can reach across the globe. Not only over here, they can reach across the globe. That is one advantage they can do it. What's your take?
Yeah, Mr. Partha, I think what you have
Yeah.
done in terms of providing this virtual platform is an outstanding, what do you call, value proposition. See, today
Okay.
people are looking for visibility.
Have you
People are
give the
looking
name and
for,
join the room? You are logging from a laptop or what is that?
yeah, people are looking for connect. People, the startups are looking for, connecting with the angels and
Okay.
VCs. They are looking for connecting with
Oh,
mentors. They are looking at
on that guy there.
more options, more
It's a
customers to
panelist
buy their
only.
products. So if we can come up with a good marketing strategy in terms of social media campaigns and
You are at home or you are at
creating visibility for each of the startups
still
who have
driving?
enrolled here through customized
So can you
marketing.
even drawing in from the
uh,
laptop?
so it is
So
not
only
only
logging
during the
from with the
expo
browser.
but also beyond that. So then I think this can go easily viral when compared to a physical setup. But in the initial period, it is like the Chinese bamboo tree. It takes time to take roots, right? It takes time to for people to realize what India Startup 360 can offer. So I see that in a matter of 3 to 6 months, you will be able to gain more traction than any of those physical setups, even including incubators and accelerators.
No, given an option, would you suggest like maybe we give it a try like by extending a 1 week's time or something like that? See, technically, what is happening? If we get all the contents, I'll show you how we gather the contents and how we process it. Typically, you being technically very well versed and you have even appraised the Exafare thing, so that was a 3D walkthrough, and it takes quite a lot of bandwidth for people to log in, and typically a boy staying in a remote area, he cannot afford it. So that is the reason why we switched over to browser based, still with a 360 experience. Okay, so that is our idea behind that. So with that, we wanted to reduce it and make it possible to reach it to the maximum extent. There are some institutions which were definitely willing to participate in the process, but unfortunately, either I don't know whether it is not reaching the student or maybe they are not pushing it that hard or whatever it is. So, any particular methodology that you would suggest, like we could do it, or maybe if you feel that no, instead of like if 18th of December, we just extend the date a little more by maybe by 1 week or so that we can get. See, for me, money is not the criteria. I make it very clear because we have spent a huge amount of money by developing. At least you will appreciate that. But we are not looking at the immediate ROI or whatever it is. But still, we wanted to make sure that okay, until otherwise, if you give everything at free of cost, it is not going to be appreciated by the people. So, with that intention, we just wanted to put it. So, what do you suggest? Maybe I even call upon Dr. Sharma to join the discussion. Maybe.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Dr. Sharma.
See, I'll tell you the first thing as far as the virtual events are concerned. No, many of these startups, whoever want to join such kind of an event, they look out for traffic. Now, when we say traffic, what exactly it means is that, say, we have investors panel. I'm just giving an example, okay? And these investor panels are going to review the startups. So, in fact, Vimal will also agree that many times what happens is the startups are looking out for funding, and that is where if you actually look, even we had one experience in Pune COEP. If you know Pune
Okay.
COEP, has these events. So COEP said that any investors who want to have one-to-one meeting with startups, they are invited. So they had a separate form for only the investors for a one-to-one meet. Now what happens is then the entrepreneurs realize that okay, 50, there are around 100 investors also coming in, and they get attracted to that. The reason being, see, right now because of the COVID, no, the sentiments of the entrepreneurs are very low. In fact, we are trying to settle so many debt settlement and n number of things. Means with reference to entrepreneurs. Vimal, correct me if I'm wrong. So the issue
Absolutely
is
true.
so what happens is no, each and every rupee becomes very dear for everyone. So they always wonder कि इसका outcome क्या होने वाला है. Now see, I'll tell you one thing. Yours is a breakthrough good. It is a very good laid out event, and I am very sure that colleges. I'm telling you, it is just a matter of time. Like see, Partha sir, we had now today Atul Kapdi sir himself coming and telling to you that can we utilize it for one event. Correct.
Correct.
So
He
in a
has
way,
confirmed the
you
date
know,
in February.
in a
Yeah. He has
correct. So
confirmed the
in
date
a
in
way,
February. Yeah.
what happens is this particular event can be a showcase for demonstrating the tool's capabilities. Because what happens is one of the factors which we also need to see is that we have to see that is it working in a live way. What happens if suppose we get in an excitement 1,000 startups, and because of the bandwidth issue or something they start facing problems. So we will actually create a more negative feedback for this kind of platform, because this platform needs to be tested. Like right now also, Pata sir, in this live thing the chat is not working. Okay,
Chat is
now this
working.
kind of
Chat is
an issue if,
working. Yeah,
no,
chat
I
is
am seeing
definitely
it, sir.
working. No, no, Ravi has texted me. Please allow the speakers in. Yes, he has definitely texted, and we have got the message also. I do not know.
No,
Anyway, let
Vimal, can you try that out? So what
Chat
I'm
box.
telling, yeah,
One moment. I'll just
what I am,
send a test message.
yeah, what I am suggesting, sir, treat this as a pilot
It's
where
not going.
even if 50 people come, it's not going. See what I'm trying to tell you, no, these kind of small teething issues or problems we have to rectify it before any big major event which will come, no, which will have around 5,000 startups and all. Because at that moment of time, reaching out to all the people, it is going to be an issue. Like you may say that this is not maximized, but in maximized screen it is not working as of now. So what I am suggesting to you that
okay, okay,
don't
okay,
postpone it.
okay.
Don't postpone
No,
it.
no,
Treat it as a pilot. Please understand, let us treat it as a pilot. Let us see how it is working. We will have definitely many participants who will join this, no, and they will see the merit of it. And maybe the next event, no, you will have more and more participants. This is what I feel.
no, no, it is only a
Because
sharing of
this
views.
is,
It is. I never have the intention, because even if it is 2030, we are definitely going ahead with that. There is no looking back.
huh.
Okay, and the thing is, we are still trying hard. See, as I told the other day, even within our own ecosystem, people, as you said, is rightly so. Why should they take for granted, okay, the system is going to work or something like that? And one difference I tell you, this is basically a live streaming event, and this is not for the closed chat. I can definitely show you the screenshot over here, what Ravi had chatted with me, and it is definitely available
No,
there.
no, then
It
disable
depends.
it. No,
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 no, no,
boss.
okay.
No, no, please understand. Disable it. Whatever is not available, please delete it. Don't show it. Otherwise, the moment you show it, no, there are people. There are, see. Please understand. We are working with technology startups. Each technology person is more interested in the technology which you are offering. So they are more interested to compare it with Geo Zoom meeting. That's what I'm saying. People go to with come with a different mindset. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, okay, okay. Very well taken. Anyway, welcome, Dr. Shakur.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry for the delay in joining you all, as I have been into some of my professional engagements that I have as management consultant. So I'm acting as a CEO of one of the fastest growing spice manufacturing unit in Ghaziabad. Really sorry for that, and my sincere apology to all of you. So if Dr. Prashant, if you don't mind, can you just brief me what has been discussed and where we are standing? So before we take this
Yeah, the
session forward.
standing is we have been appraising the various aspects why such an expo is required. Everybody share their view, and of course, just maybe like I'll make it multi-screen, and I request everybody to open their video as well, and then I introduce once so that Dr. Shakur is briefed once.
Yes.
So going in order, yes, Ravi, you can start with that.
Yeah. So I'm from Chennai, representing e-Cargolog, a magazine on logistics, and taking care of all vertical on logistics, expos, conventions, etc. Now, on behalf of GoPO, a global organization which is taking part in this program as a co-partner, having a seminar supporting supporting startup companies. So that's why I'm here. I'm sure for the starburst from GoPO will extend more support for the startup companies, mentoring and technology-wise and financially also. Let us see.
Yeah, Dr. Sharma.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi.
Thank you.
Dr. Sharma.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, can you just
Hello.
brief about your thing to Dr. Shakur?
Yeah. I'll just introduce this event is largely to bridge the industry academic startup gaps. Where I'll tell you there were two problems which the students in engineering colleges face or management colleges, where either sometimes they are looking out for live projects, skilling. That is what I heard a way back. No, that skilling is always a challenge, and to create employment opportunity. So 2 decades back when I started Passion, it was largely to fulfill the gap of live projects. Okay, and it was a very successful model. Many students would come. I would take a fee and train the candidates, put them on projects 2 to 3 months, and they would get jobs. And it worked out very well. In fact, many of the students are now directors in large companies. So worked that well. Now the problem what we found was many of the rural students are not able to come to the when they used to come to urban areas. They would spend money on accommodation and all, and they used to struggle a lot. And to resolve that particular pain point, then came up with a virtual platform. That was way back in 2000 itself. But what we found was that somewhere the students usually get lured to 6 months of comprehensive training programs, which is of a fanciful cost of 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees and all. And they end up getting fooled also. And my job started when these guys get fooled, they have nothing to go, then I start supporting them. Now the same problem came with startups. Now what happens is the startups are not at all able to reach out to industry for some reason or the other. And this challenge, Vimal also is fully aware. We would go to companies, and companies would actually exploit and take the design, and then afterwards offer the startup employment. In fact, even right now, it has happened in one of the groups itself. This is how it has happened. Now, how to bridge that particular gap? We are bringing in industry seniors, okay, and having a weekly meeting. These industry seniors, we are building the trust. First and foremost, the seniors have to also trust us, right? So we are just bringing them and building that trust. So we have 1000 plus mentors with us, out of which 20 to 30 are only attending the call. But nevertheless, if today I reach out to any senior person, at least he will give me a second hearing, and he won't mind becoming at least a visiting faculty to colleges. One of the challenges is that most of the well settled senior mentors don't even have time to go to colleges and teach the students. So that was one gap which I closed. And then the NGO, so mentors and the student entrepreneurs, now to bring that particular and skilling them. So these three areas, I have pushed this particular thing. We then got Partha sir. He became quite enthusiastic. He started I360, the IS360 startup, and he has built this whole virtual platform. So it gave me a compelling reason that if suppose there's a virtual platform today, and physical platforms are very expensive. If you go and go into one particular real property, it's a 6,000 rupees kind of per seat. So why not use a virtual platform and experiment it out? It may be like it may start now, but if suppose some student entrepreneur or some entrepreneur gets one value addition and they are able to even retain that virtual office for 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year, it's a full disruption. And this is what we are trying to bridge that particular thing, because what value addition which Pata sir is trying to offer over here is a full-fledged virtual platform where someone can actually operate as a virtual office, where there is not going to be much dependencies of paid employees, like for even some presentation or something. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Pata sir, if I'm
Yeah, quite true,
deviating
quite
from
true.
what is the vision of.
No, quite true, quite true.
And this is where I feel that many of the startups today cannot afford that 6,000 rupees physical incubation space and so on. Now, what challenge Partha sir will be facing? I'm just trying to explain you from the physical incubation. I am very closely working with STPI, okay, Software Technology Park Institute. Now, they have come up with 2,500 rupees per seat physical space. So, where the challenge is going to be for Partha sir will be that physical incubation centers are also offering at a very less money seats, because their whole real estate market is down. And how are we going to bridge this particular gap will be only through bringing more and more audience. I am very sure that the day Partha sir, with all of our effort, is able to bring in 10,000 viewers per day, 20,000 viewers per day, by default, I'm telling you, many people will start using this particular stalls, because they are getting ready customers, right? So this is where my view is at this moment of time. So according to me, it's an experiment, and we have to see how this experiment fares well. But if we rush push on this, and if we get frustrated that why the groups are not becoming motivated, you can ask me straight from the horse's mouth. It is 2 decades when I broke this particular head of setting up this ecosystem, the original ecosystem in India. People laughed that it is not going to work, and that same ecosystem got built in USA in 2006. And once it comes in USA, everyone says that it is a very good model, and then all start lapping. So any disruptive innovation, no, management innovation or physical innovation, it is going to take time. So it needs lot of patience and effort. Otherwise, if that because here in India the mindset is very different. Our investors, they say that they ask the entrepreneur, इसका कुछ कॉपी कैट मॉडल हुआ है क्या? So if suppose I have made Airbnb, yes, I will invest in Oyo. If there is one Uber, I'll invest in Ola. But I'll come and say that no, I have a management framework which I want to offer to the society. People say that no, why don't you do it through PMI? The mindset I'm talking about, made in India, where we are failing. And this is something where all the seniors over here, they have to, like, see, when I tell that I'm giving free entrepreneurship facility within colleges, the college dean, for some reason, I'm telling I'm giving free. For some reason, they wait and watch, and they even try to go and take a bigger brand like IITIM. It's a different story that IITIM brand also will never give investments to these colleges. So see, we can bring solutions, technology to all the seniors at their doorstep. But now, if there is a reluctance, even for a free MOU sign off, if suppose someone is going to take 2 years or 3 years, no, then it's an issue. And the other thing what I observed was, when we get into this kind of sign off, then the colleges say that we are so busy in admission and student admission that we don't have any time to encourage students to become entrepreneurs also. Now, these all are the practical challenges in India. That is the reason we are not Silicon Valley. We only make infrastructure, and we say that the infrastructure is Silicon Valley for us. मैंने 2-3 skyscraper बना दिया, working space, that is my Silicon Valley. The original Silicon Valley was the same concept which I was having. We bought mentors, we bought innovators, they collaborated, they struggled, and then the innovation starts coming in. So if I am just trying to, because Partha sir, you asked me about an opinion, I'm telling you the frank opinion. So
No, no,
this
it's okay.
lethargy, this lethargy only the academic institute heads can overcome it. The senior mentors can overcome. Are we game to make it real, make in India? That is what is important. And for that, see, there have been successful models. We got a very successful model from VIT College, Vishwakarma Institute of Technology. The professor is so bright. He has built 10 innovations. Two innovations are also now on the verge of getting an award. So this is what my request is, that please experiment, please encourage the students. We are there to provide free training. I am telling you, I am providing free training in artificial intelligence. I am providing free training in R, Python. I am providing a free mentoring and coaching in entrepreneurship varsity. But we need to have stakeholders, because beyond a certain moment of time, if the stakeholders are going to be reluctant, it will never reach out to the students. And this is what is something which all will need to collectively decide. Partha sir,
Okay.
this
Sure.
is what I want to say to the team.
Then it's okay. Now I think Dr. Shakur has got the brief. Sanjeev's
Uh,
brief.
I can understand, energy that everybody is trying to bring in. That is what actually I just trying to, touch the pulse where we are standing. So I can understand
Correct.
most of the things.
Yeah.
The problem areas have been already explored. So let me just, give a small brief about my small journey till now on the startup ecosystem. I In the year 2000, like similarly, everybody is from across India sitting here, so it's easy for me to touch the point the journey that I have made till now in the startup ecosystem. So I started as an entrepreneur in the year 1999, rather 98, almost 20 years back. So that time I was pretty young. Like you, everybody knows in Indian mindset, we don't encourage an entrepreneurship. We are job seekers. We're not job creators. And 20 years back, it was more, more reluctance. Nowadays, at least after the startup buzz and everything is happening, some openness has come up. But 20 years back, you can understand it was very difficult. Even at the home, the biggest challenge was to break the jinx at home. So luckily, I was born in a business family, so I could start an experiment at college life itself as an entrepreneur. So anyway, that's very the how we started as that. Then I was into corporate worlds. Then I graduated from IIM Calcutta, and gradually I got into the the real entrepreneurship journey, and the entire ecosystem I could see, okay, how it is actually happening and how it is evolving in India and across the world. Eventually, when I was involved in Bangalore in the year 2005, I remember 2005 or 2007. So that time I faced a lot of challenges in getting skilled manpower. When I say skilled manpower, I am very I today we know what it means. That time people could not understand even. Okay, what do you mean by skilled manpower? So we used to go to the for colleges, engineering colleges, top best engineering colleges for campus interviews and all those, and we could not find a single person who are eligible, to get recruited ready for job. There were no one was job ready basically. Though they are from the best of the best institutes and they were the best minds you can have, but even I'm including IITs for that matter, with my experience. So after that, a few years I struggled, and then what I did, one of my batchmate who is in CSC, basically right now he's in Australia, his name is Kirti. So he is a Chennai based person. So what he did, he said, bro, can we rather than pointing out problems, can we start trying to solve it rather than waiting and watching to someone from the sky to come and solve things for us? So I said, I have no problem, let's start. So he eventually proposed a formula that at that time AICT was the only governing body we had in terms of technical education and all those things. Even nowadays also it is the only body. But anyway, so that thing that happened, and we went into this NVEQA framework, because it's very difficult to change a curriculum in any educational institute. We all can understand it's a 4-year degree, for especially for the engineering colleges and all. We have a 4-year degree programs. So in that, in between, you cannot suddenly bring in a subject and just say, "What, this is the need of the hour," so you changed it. So that's very unpractical basically. It's not like institutions don't want to upgrade their subjects and all, but we could felt the we become very empathetic to the institutions as well. Okay, what are they reluctant or to change, or actually they have problems to change? So we observed and we found that we almost did a survey of around 40 top engineering colleges across Tamil Nadu and in Karnataka. So what we found out in our report is that it's majority of them are not actually reluctant to the changes, but they don't know how to apply it. Because in real world the changes are happening much faster, especially in the IT sector. Everything is getting obsolete every in a very short span. So that was very difficult for them. So we proposed a formula that why don't you bring in people like from the corporate world or from the people like us who are really trying to solve things out. So and get something. So then the colleges said, okay sir, we are ready to help you, you tell us. So we started a IT finishing school in Chennai uh, in the year 2007, I remember, 2007 or 2008. So then we started that an IT finishing school. Then again there was a problem ki bhai, colleges were again, as you said, ki they were all busy in admissions and all those, the existing curriculum, getting then all those things. So again there was actually a mix of a lot of things that was actually creating a problem. It's not just one point, because of you cannot point out and say this is the reason why it is not happening. Anyway, so what we did, we took a pain, and from our side we took a pain and we initiated and we went to the AICT approval thing. And we approached from Chennai and Bangalore. We came down to Delhi, and that was my actually first professional visit to Delhi. um, then AICT headquarters we visited and we presented the things. And that time the directors were quite enthusiastic, and they said, okay, we'll definitely try to get recognition as a finishing Oscar, and we'll make it under the new NVEQF framework that they had that time, National Vocational Educational Quality Framework. So NVEQF they've introduced, and they said, what we'll do is that we'll ask the colleges to make it mandatory to have empaneled AICT approved finishing schools in different domains, be IT, fashion, on whatever, all the domains will open up, and we'll invite private players to take recognition from us and get empaneled. So that automatically that happens, and that internships and skill gap things can parallelly be managed, and we can introduce new subjects which cannot be introduced in between semesters and all. So we can train them students straight away from them, and uh, make them job ready by the end of the whatever the degree they have. So that's a very interesting journey that we had. But sooner we realized in terms of to make it sustainable, the model. Because we're living in a world where we're not in the era of what you call dharmshala and all those. Like when we had that olden era, the golden era, I would say, not just olden era, where you have universities, uh, ancient times universities, where gurukul kind, where you have society is already divided and everybody knows whose role is what, and people behave accordingly. But now, as we are a mixed economy, mixed culture, mixed breed, everything is mixed up now. So it's very challenging. And then we went ahead. Then after that, then a lot of things happened. Finally I landed up in 2 years back in Delhi, as a startup consultant, management consultant, for Jamia Millia Islamia University, which is right now, this year, we're the number one university in India, in Central University. So uh, then I got into this MHRD thing, AICT, and all those things. The Niti Aayog came up in picture. There, mm, there what we did. Now, as being a I got selected as a mentor for Atal incubation centers as well. So I'm directly connected in the core group, where all those policy making level is happening in the startup ecosystem. I'm connected with Dr. Ishita Agarwal, the mission director. Then we have the mission director, Dr. Ramanan is there, Ramanan Ramanathan sir. So a lot of things are happening actually. So if you look at, but now this corona thing happened, so everything, the whole all the disruptions that we were thinking to bring in, nature has brought a disruption on all of us, the entire ecosystem. So now, post corona is completely different. We have to, restart everything. That's have been the talk now. Okay, how to restart. And definitely digital is the way to go forward, that's for sure. And it's not just in any particular domain, but in every domain, in every aspect. So Mr. Partho has initiated this thing. So which is definitely in the same direction. But now the bigger challenge I would see, how to create the awareness within the target audience. First of all, you have to be very clear, very, very specific. Who are our target audience? First of all, it's not about going into the masses and bring awareness. That's a national agenda. Let the government do it. In Atmanirbhar Bharat, they are doing it. So they're doing a lot of campaigns, a lot of things are happening. So I would rather suggest to we can focus on the. We have to first very clearly define who are our target audience. So we need to. I think Dr. Partho will agree that need to be very well defined. This is our target audience, and after that only we need to work on the strategic development. Uh, then the vision and the mission, all those things that can be aligned. First of all, we have to be very clear who are our target audience, right? So if because that I'm seeing a bit of confusion is there. Even I am personally, honestly speaking, I am not yet very clear who are exactly our target audience. Because if we are looking for online digital conference wise, so this before even the as I told you, okay, I've been working in I have introduced a first post graduation diploma course in startup in Jamia a couple of years back, before the COVID thing happened. So and I personally mentored around 25 students, out of which a couple of them have already taken up a successful startup, and a few of them are all in the pipeline, in the pre incubation stage. So point is that unless the target audience is very clear, whatever discussion we make, it may not be very fruitful, what I personally feel. So I would request Dr. Partho to do better, have a brainstorming session with people that I can understand. There are people who are already well experienced and who have already initiated many things in the last 10-15 years. So who have been proactive and who in reading the situation, what's going on and what's coming up and what can be done. So that way I would say if you can have a on the go group kind of thing. But this kind of session is not uh, uh, a very what is on the go kind of thing, because for this we have to all gather, leave whatever we are doing, and then you have to do. But this is not the post COVID situation that we are working on. Post COVID is on the go, 24/7 on the go. So that's the mantra that we have, that actually will actually help us, and at every level. And unless I have a very strong statement that I personally believe and I act upon. If you want to see the change, be the change. It's not just a history
Correct,
and said
correct,
by
absolutely.
someone. I don't want to even quote who has said it. Whoever has said it, he definitely was a very wise person. But even wiser person is the one who act on it, I would say that. So I personally try to act on it, and I would see I would definitely look forward to each of the member that have already empaneled here and already shown trust in Mr. Partho, Dr. Partho. So, so we need to sum up and we need to bring in, and we have to get going, because in my classes and lectures I give very clear definition and one line, I would say, to all the enthusiasts of startup. I show them a very like the journey, what you assume. Everybody knows and everybody says hard work and all those things, blah blah blah. So many things are there. But end of the day, the curve we draw is a straight line which goes an arrow towards upline, right? So that's because they say ki, bhai, you have to have patience, fine. You have to have things, fine. Everything is told and it is said ki, bhai, ऐसे ऐसे आपको ऊपर चलना है. You have to go, step by step, and you will reach the success end of the day. But in real business, because I have been a consultant for more than almost 10 years, and as I said, I started my journey as an entrepreneur. So I have, across industries I have worked. I've people used to switch companies. I used to switch industries and states. That was my way of working, and because I always believe in learning. If learning is over, I would rather leave that, whatever the commercial angles are involved, irrespective of that. Learning is stopped. I stopped with that. So that was my way of working. So what I have learned is that okay, like this, in reality, the success goes does not go on a straight arrow. It goes like jalebi and all. What do you call? Like very unpredictable and unprecedented things. Okay, whatever, how good you are in paper, everything is gone. Within no time, and you have to again restart. So I would say ki it's not about how many times plan. I would say ki how many times you are ready to stand back.
Quite
You're
true.
bound to fail.
Quite true.
So how
Quite true.
many times you are ready to accept those failures? So there is one line that you can maintain, that we all can maintain, improve on a daily basis, is that new mistakes, let have show courage and do mistakes every day, but let take a oath, we will not repeat any of them. I think
Quite true.
that is the smartest way of improving, that I would suggest. Like because if you hold on from doing mistakes, then it will not give us the innovation comes out of courage. And we have to experiment, like somebody was telling, very rightly said. So we have to be ready with experimenting, and experimenting, corporate world is actually realizing it. I mean, they have a concept of open innovation. I don't know how many of aware of it. I believe everybody is aware. I'm assuming it. So that open innovation is a new concept that most of the MNCs have already started practicing, and in that, a lot of funding is coming up in that, and they're actually outsourcing their problem areas to those open innovation startups, and they're funding them and taking them, legal way. Okay, this will be ours. If you fail, no problem, but if you succeed, it will be ours. So they are taking 100% risk on it. But end of the day, it's easy for them, because if they succeed, and they can easily apply it to the whole structure. Because innovating at every level at a real world scenario in a big organization uh, will not help. It does not help. It is very difficult. I spoke to many of the CEOs, many of the HR heads, and many of the departmental heads of many MNCs. So they said, and they agreed. So yes, this is the only way forward. We have to promote more and more open innovation. So that way, bringing a balance. On the other side, on the academic side, if you ask me, I've been in touch with many universities now, because I am a part of the MHRD Innovation Cell, and there is a startup guideline that was released in 2019 September by the MHRD minister in AICT headquarters. So I was there. I was also part of that launch. So so the bringing in the educational institutional guidance, that things are shaping up. As I said, a lot of things would have been exposed, and people would have known, but unfortunately this COVID thing happened, and all disruptive ideas and planning policies at every level has been disrupted by the nature. So now I think it's high time we need to pull up our socks and bring everyone together, and let's try to coordinate in a smartest way possible. I suggest if you can have a WhatsApp group or something like that, so that we can keep discussing, and not forwarding messages and posting posters of what we are doing in other world. So we can be very task and group specific. If something is not there, let's not talk. It's better to be silent than to share things and which is not necessary for the group.
Well,
So in that way we can have a very focused, very clear kind of thing. And it may start with two people, three people, not necessary. You will have thousands of people together at the very first time. But I would prefer silence in a group rather than uh, things discussing or being getting forwarded, which actually is I would say divergent, basically that acts as a divergent. So that's why I suggest silence is not a problem. We must start learning to hear silence, and acknowledge silence, rather than acknowledge words. So
quite
and
true.
as somebody was telling, and if the whatever we see in the digital, or today's whatever is the bigger brands and whatever innovation that has happened in the last 20-30 years, if you look back, be it Apple, be it Microsoft, be it Amazon or whatever, if you look back their starting journey, They are all real entrepreneurs journey, and the innovators, they did that. Disruptive ideas were there. But end of the day, if you look back, they started not from any institute, or not from with the help of investors and all. If you look back, and they are our real time stories. It's not like I'm talking, I'm giving examples of our grandfather's era. I'm giving examples of our age only. So they all are in front of us, and Facebook, whatever you name it, and you can see it. None of them has happened actually with the help of investors, or policymakers, or governments, or institutes, or whatever we are complaining about. None of them have started with them. They all started with individual enthusiasm, focused ideas, belief, and energy. So these are the main key areas. Even I used to go in many investor pitches and all. I believe we all must be agreed. Among us, many people are might be there already, who are already investing in startups and all. I'm quite sure what we try to see in the young minds is what the energy they are bringing in, rather than how much money they can bring in. So that's the thing. And scalability is definitely is the point that we need to understand, even for ourselves. I mean, this I'm taking it Mr. Partho's IS360 startup expo as one of the startup venture. I would prefer to say that. Mm, right. So if this is a startup, then we all have a role to play in it. So Mr. Partho can maybe lead us from the front, and I believe we all have a we are in the same pitch and the same page now. So Mr.
Thank you.
Partho, I
Thank
think
you.
I'm done for today, because I don't want to stretch it much further. I
No, no,
already
it's
have
okay.
spoken almost 20 minutes
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Before
So
reaching the main
20 minutes
agenda
is a
of the
long
day,
time. Huh?
before reaching the main agenda of the day, what we assembled here was to show the demo of the platform. Before that, I just want to take 2 minutes with Professor Rajaram to share
Yes.
his view about your observations.
Mhm.
And then I would like to pass it on to Akram to value add the comments. Then I move on to the demo. Professor Rajaram.
Mr. Partha, I think the previous speaker spoke in great detail. I think what we need is definitely we need to identify what is the gap we are addressing through this platform. Why should people, a strong sense of purpose, why people should be there, should log into India Startup 360 when there are so many options available. So there should be a compelling value proposition, and our ability to help startups address that gap. Uh, that is very key. I think once we identify that sweet spot, see, it is like once you have the sugar, the ants, you don't need to call the ants, so they
Comes
will
automatically.
automatically come.
Quite true.
Very
Quite
well
true.
said.
Quite true. Quite true. Akram. Akram, are you there?
Sorry. Okay. Uh, do you want me to speak? I sorry, I just missed the
Then
part.
your observation. There are two things like how to bring ant to the sugar. I don't know whether I have got a sugar or a sugar coating. I don't know. So before answering that question, I just want to have your comment, because you are there, a very big player, bringing international people together. So how to bring the horse to the pond, or how to bring ant to the sugar? Any suggestions? Then I would move on to the demo.
So you have taken a wonderful initiative, connecting or building a startup ecosystem. In fact, I'm just on the other show where I'm trying to interact with people who are very well connected with the government. Now we have Dr. Shakur also here, who is very well connected with Niti Aayog and working on promoting this. What I mean to say, so one thing is we need to connect with the education institutions, which we are very well connected. So I'll be very happy. I'll use my team to reach out to our educators across India, schools, colleges, universities. We will try to have them on board. We will help you to reach out to them, to take your message to them. The second is we need some government officials, so there are a couple of successful industrialists we can have. So I will also try to help bring in some experts from the government, from the real industry entrepreneurs who are the leaders in the market. The third, I think, academia, and then this governments, and then industry. I think I will be very happy to help you in bringing academia, industry, and policymakers from our network, whatever possible.
Okay, thank you, Akram. I just quickly move on to the demo for which we have been very eagerly waiting for. I want to show two things over here today. How the original platform looks like. That is one. And since we don't have much of data today, I am not in a position to show you the live of what we are going to show on 18th. But before that, I just wanted to show you the how the typical this thing is will look like. So each and every stall will have the multiple descriptions, and also you have a TV over there and it shows. So we are just kept for the demonstration purpose. We are get only two stalls over here, but typically we will have maximum up to 10 halls having minimum about 14 to 20 stalls. That is the first part. The second part, typically, we going back to different type of halls. Just we click into any particular hall, we'll go there inside and we have a look at the stalls, and all these things which are configurable can be loaded manually by the entrepreneur or the participant themselves, and we'll be only configuring it or only rendering it technically at the back end and showcasing it to it. As you know, see at we have a TV over there.
Louder, would you talk to me a little louder? And about
So that is about the TV. They can have multiple videos over there. And as far as the startups are concerned, we are quite sure that they may not have any product readily available, and they'll be having only the concept at this point of time. So what we intend to do is Dr. Sharma has developed an interactive video questionnaire. So we'll be asking them about 10, 15 questions to the startups, explaining their product. They may not even be in a position to explain what exactly is the concept. We'll create a questionnaire and ask them the questions so that it becomes a self introduction, and that will be stored over there. And we have this product catalogs over there to showcase their PDF and other things. So this is downloadable over there with the products, that is possible. And we also have the live session over there, the chatting session, where people can directly chat with them. The chat window, whatever is the like, okay, directly chat with them, and we can also go for one-to-one video chat if it is required. That is also possible. This was one specific question asked by Vimal last week, that is there any possibility of having a one-to-one discussion with the entrepreneur or something like that. That is there. And also we have this auditoriums over there, as we have the live session over there. So you will get that, and the screen will play the live auditorium. It is supposed to play the current today's video over here, but there is a technical glitch. I don't mind accepting it. There is a technical glitch. There is some embedding problem. It is not showing it.
Welcome to Virtual Swayamvar. What are the stages in Virtual Swayamvar?
So, so we have enabled a typical video over there, but it will show the live video what is going on. So that will be telecast over within the auditorium. So these are the various simple features I would say, but the most entertaining and the enthusiastic thing will be our this 360 walkthrough. This is I think Professor Raja Raman has already seen it. He has seen in different platforms that we have developed ourselves. But he has had a look at it. And here the difference is we are going to have a 360 experience. It is not a walkthrough. We will have multiple stalls over there which can be showed over here. So these are the facilities we are having as of now. And any questions upon that, if you would like to ask, maybe I can answer it, or any suggestions, maybe you can keep it over there. So I'm open to it for any 5-10 minutes questionnaire over there, then maybe we can call it a day. Dr.
Yeah,
Sharma.
Dr. Fatu, just an initial observance. What you have shown is basically, see, I'm just imagining the idea what you're bringing is that keep bringing a expo, as simple as that,
Correct,
for startups dedicated, right?
correct, correct,
For
correct,
startup, you're trying to create a virtual expo. In expo, whatever the features are there, like joint sessions, and you have stalls and all those things, and you have discussion panels going on. So it's a happening, expo. Basically, I hope we have to understand the psychology, people why participate in expo. So that thing in virtually, that's the biggest challenge, I would say. Okay, like in expo, people don't participate or don't come. The visitors don't come just for the sake of getting some immediate benefit.
correct.
So most it is mainly done mainly for branding basically. So brand
Okay,
awareness is the major idea, main idea, because why the expo culture is there in any sector for that matter. So when you're talking about a virtual expo, it is not very new, to be very honest, because I know a couple of companies out of India who actually does that. To share with them, they are at a very juvenile stage and they're still struggling because they see there a lot of real feel has to come. Okay, yes, it's really live, and when you can see around hundreds of stalls together, and when you can see thousands of people walking, passing on here and there. So that movement is actually one what people get attracted to. Okay, how many
okay,
footfalls will be there and all those things, right? But in digital world, it's the biggest challenge I would see this venture is to get the trust. Okay, yes, these many people are really
are they
visiting
available live?
the
Quite true.
stalls,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the
Because numbers
audience.
can be faked. Numbers can be faked, we all know that. So so nobody's bothered, because to be very honest, how many visitors are there in a page, unless it's a financial decision one has to make, nobody's bothered. Nobody will bother. Nobody bothered how many footfalls Facebook gets, right? To Facebook is a very big name if you look at the digital interaction world, right? But nobody bothered. You ask yourself, you can understand my question,
Quite
like
true.
whether we any of us have ever bothered how many visitors Facebook is getting on a day or on a particular moment. It never came over in our mind. Why? Because it's a digital world, we know that. Back of our head it is there, it's a digital world, it's not real. It's not real is the actually biggest challenge, I would say, in this venture. It will remain in back of the head in everyone. All the target audience, they will have this back of their mind. It's not real. Something which is actually the cash point is the reality of it, right? Unlike a
Okay.
educational program or a training program, when you're trying to bring in something, the biggest challenge I would see how people can take it as real,
Quite true. So that is the reason,
right?
like we have kept live seminar sessions. That is what we propose to your
Mhm.
IGD TUV also. So on first day we are just bringing in Gopio is bringing in about 10 12 different speakers over there, and the second day and third day we are just planning to bring in your this boot camp over there. Like that we are making some live sessions over there between 9 and 5. That is also part of it. And also the last 2 days we are planning in for this validation of the concept for each and every startups to promote themselves, to present their concepts, and also we have announced some prize money also, first prize, second prize, and third prize, so that they
I
clearly
think initially,
participate in.
initially, what I suggest to just a suggestion. I think there are everyone can think on, do some brainstorming, and we can come back always. Okay, like what I suggest is that because see, first of all, we have to make sure at least among the target audience, even if we reach 2% of the target audience, because it's virtual, it's digital, so it can be a global strategy to make out. It's not
Right.
necessary you have to restrict ourselves to India or Indian institutions and all those things. So
Correct. Correct.
I would say ki bhai, when the money spent is same, for why to hold yourself to only one particular location. So geographical location should not hold us when you are going digital. That's the
Correct.
first observation. And second thing is that, and let's be, bring it some sustainability to the project first. So in that, we have to, be very, very clear on the terms, financial terms, and all those things. Where from will have our expenses will get made out, first of all, and secondarily, it need to sustain, first of all, then only. And sustainability, I'm not talking about profitability, I'm talking about sustainability. So sustaining is the first thing that we need to target on. And for that, what strategy we are making, because there might be some lot of offline activities that need to be done to make this online event sustainable. That I personally believe, because eventually it will die up otherwise. Even how good or how noble the idea might be, it will die up if it is not sustained, right? So the no question about nobility or about it, about the idea, but we need to make it, bring in the commercial angle and financial angle in a very transparent and honest manner. And I believe the people, we all can uh, join hands and help each other and achieving that those targets, okay, to make what are the needs, of
So kind
basic
of you.
needs,
So
basic
kind of
needs.
you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So no, I think, because see, the end of the day, that will matter you. Otherwise, it will not help. How long you'll do it individually? How much hours you'll slog in yourself to create things and do things. So end of the day, we all get exhausted, and we will see, rather see ki bhai, what's the value addition. See, there are two, again, name, fame, money. They're the three things that normally everybody seeks out.
And
So
money comes last.
name, I believe each of us have some way or the other had made their our own name some way or the other. So maybe among us, many of people are yet to want more ambitious on names. So I personally feel name will automatically come if the fame and money is there, right? So name will automatically come. Let's not try bring individualism or personal at the foremost thing. And poster boy, I even I'm very, very sorry to use this word. I think this is the first time my photo has been published. I don't actually, I don't have a photograph also of mine. So
Oh my God.
and this boss was asking for it, so I was very embarrassed to get a photograph to share with him. So because I believe in acting and keeping the name at the last. So what's in it for me? That the first question people ask, I said, it is understood, boss. Don't ask that question and become a child. It's a childish question. What's in it for me? right? So whatever in it for everyone, it is very obvious if you're a part of the team, there's something in it for you as well, right?
Quite
So
right. Quite
i
right.
I am very clear on that. So I would say ki, Mr. Partho, if you can just share those details as soon as possible with everyone, whoever are already a part of your team, core team. So that way I think it's just a suggestion. So it's implementation, whatever you think, I think, because the timeline you have already set, I don't know how much preparations you have already done and where we are standing as on 28th November, I am not aware. So that's just that's why I'm just trying to just set the things right, uh, before it is too late. If we are already acted upon, very good. If we have not, I believe we are late, because we have already announced the dates, 18, 19 December. If that is the deadline you have, hardly 20 days you have in hand. So a lot of work need to be done, because as I see even today's live session, as you showed, it was supposed to be telecasted live. uh, some technical hitches is still there, it is not yet ready, so even the platform is also not ready, so which is actually very very alarming. So if you look
Then
at
a
the days, number of days in
platform we have already tested it. Last
hand.
November 6th, 7th, 8th, we had one event. It was tested, but some
Hmm.
last minute hitch is there definitely. And
Hmm.
yes, I do agree. But it could be done in half an hour, 1 hour. It could be done, not an issue. And back
Hmm.
end, since it could not be delivered immediately, it could not go live. They managed to put one video over there, which I showed you already. So it's
Hmm.
not an excuse. Yes, we
Hmm.
are at the beta stage. There is no doubt in it, and it
No,
is not
that's
a
why
very
I'm saying
major
that if
flaw or something
we are
like that.
still at the beta stage and prototyping phase, I would prefer ki, to, as rather than rush in and launch it in a hushing way. Let's show patience in that manner. I can understand the desperation that we might have, because you might have already slogged in for hours, and you already might have invested a lot to bring things at this level. So I would rather address the sustainable need in some other way, rather than launching it and trying to spoil the thing and get a bad name, because
No,
it's
we
very
definitely
difficult to
wouldn't. We
create a
definitely
name.
wouldn't like to do it. We definitely,
Mm,
certainly
mm.
wouldn't like to do it. And it is a very silly mistake. We have
Ha, ha,
identified it, and it can
ha.
be done, not an issue. And for your information, I am telling you, we have carried out
No,
one
even the
virtual
walkthrough that
Swayamvar.
you are showing, the walkthrough you showed of the hall is actually, to be very honest, I don't know, because I have not yet, whatever you are showing, that only I can see. So in that, as an end user, I don't know if somebody has tried it or not among the group. So I would suggest that if you can give access to all of us as an end user to visit as a visitor,
Definitely,
how we can
definitely.
see
I'll give
things
it
and
Monday.
all.
Monday we'll have it. Monday we'll have it. Monday we'll have
Okay,
it. Yeah,
because then only we
yeah.
can have the end user perspective, and we can really add
Definitely,
value to the whole thing,
definitely.
right?
Your queries are valid, and Monday we'll have. We are sharing a demo user to everybody, and we'll do it. See, the thing is, the
Yeah, let it
concept
be
is
an
tested.
anonymous user, not necessarily I have one special access to it. Let it be a normal one, like what you are saying, like normal footfall kind of thing. Okay, with just a one step registration, and we can get it a
Quite true.
genuine way. But in
Quite true.
expo,
Quite
what in real, we have to think about the real expo world, like why people
quite true.
come visit, and what they expect out of an expo. There are a lot of visitors just come and just to see what's going on. That's it. They might not
Yeah,
buy anything. They might not say anything at all. But that footfall is important for the people who are there for the brand awareness.
yeah. Dr. Shakur, as I told you, like in 3D, we already have a tested, and it has already been run. At least 100 events have already been carried out. Okay, so
Mhm.
that technology wise we are competent, and yes, at the nth minute you have some slag. Yes, we did have, and yes, it can be overcome. By Monday
Mhm.
we'll share to everybody. We'll share a full-fledged demo with all the stalls and everything in place. You can go and test it,
Mhm.
and of course
No,
the
because
live
20 days is too
conference
short.
cannot be shown
I
live.
hope you understand why I'm saying this. I hope you
I quite
understand why I'm
understand.
saying.
Quite
Mhm.
and quite understand that
It's
very
28
critical
today.
analysis
So
it
it's
is.
very-
Yeah.
uh,
It is an acid test, and yes, we are open to it. Nothing of that sort.
mhm. Mhm.
So, any other views, comments, or something like that? And what is the takeaway of the day, Dr. Sharma?
I think we have got very good inputs from the entire team out over here. Pata sir, as I told to you,
Yes, sir.
this you need to treat it as an experiment only initially, and because what happens is once we bring in lot of audience and crowd who are visiting the site, by default people will start actually investing in everything like stall, everything will come. So what I'm suggesting to you is that let us test it, treat it as a beta test with 50 stalls, 20 stalls, whatever comes in, and let us see the issues, no, because see there are at least the positive points is that at least 20 to 30 have shown interest on you,
Quite
this
true.
particular
They are trusted.
platform. Let us see how
They are
it works.
trusted. Yes, quite true.
uh, uh, but what I'm suggesting to you, like what Abdul sir and everyone are saying, no, that let us not rush push it, no, till that whole platform, no, has a full universal no showstopper kind of thing. And because see, you are like now Geo. Please understand, Geo wanted to compete with Zoom, but after 1 month, everyone is back in Zoom only. The reality is the performance issues. Okay, and this performance issues we need to resolve it, because this is something, this is where the challenges are there. Everything is fully accepted. We need to see if any pain point is there, any loss of signal is there, communication, and if suppose the platform is really helping out all the people, I am telling you, each and every person will invest in the platform even for more months. So I see a positive value. So let us experiment it out with whomsoever are coming, even if 50, 100, whatsoever is there. No, let us do it as a performance test. No, we know that this is an experiment because that is why it is a startup. But let us means if the problem is when you will say that it is a full fledged platform, no, and it is working in a full fledged way, then the expectations start soaring up. Then they start everyone will start asking how many audiences there, what kind of benefit I'm going to get, and so on. As long as people are trusting and believing in this platform, please use this platform, fine tune this platform in a more better way. What, Abdul sir, what do you suggest?
Yeah,
Hello?
my suggestion would be, see, what happens is that because we are going in digital, as I said, and in digital also we are trying to change the psychology of the end user. Like one good thing is that covid has come up as a blessing in disguise for these kind of platforms, at least I would say. So the reluctance level will be less, definitely, but acceptance level, as I said, as you were Dr. Sharma rightly said, because in digital world what happens, it's just a matter of a mouse click to leave something. It's just a matter of mouse click to change. They don't need to ask any permission. They don't need to think about any compliance, legal issues, nothing. It's just a mouse click. How big brand you might be, you are just a mouse click for every end user. They'll close it anytime, any moment they feel, okay, it's not comfortable or it's not user friendly. So
Yes,
the
Vimal.
power of the end user is so much in this. So
Quite
the
true.
right, so
Quite true.
that is
Quite
where,
true.
that is why you can see the the only why Google is growing bigger and bigger, why competitors are not able to compete them. So many people, even Google own platform like Orkut could not beat Facebook, right, though it was launched before Facebook, almost at the same time.
Quite true.
Orkut
Vimal,
people
your
don't even remember.
observations.
Right, they changed Jeep. Even Google is struggling. Please understand, if Google is struggling to bring in their own platform for the end users, just think where they are standing. The end users power is enormous in digital world. They can switch you off without letting you know even, and not giving any reason or any feedback. You find it out why I switched off. That's the attitude
Quite
of
true.
end user.
Quite true. Quite true. Yeah, Vimal.
Vimal, you have any inputs?
I'd like to introduce
I,
myself to Mr. Abdul Shakur sir, and so myself Vimal. I'm the founder of VI Innovations and Automotive Tech Startup based in Cochin, and we have innovated a technology where you can convert a platform in old car with to a new smart connected car, and that's an affordable technology. And my vision is to bring it to the all car segment, irrespective of the make or brand, and make it affordable.
Okay.
So with the India Startup 360, yes,
Hmm.
so you were about to say something?
No, no, no. I
No,
could
no,
not
tell
hear
me.
your voice properly. See, again, see the technical hitch as I was telling. So, I could not even hear you properly, what you said.
Maybe due to the bandwidth issue. So we are innovating in. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
okay
it's
now.
okay
Carry
now.
on.
It's okay now. Tell me.
Yes.
Dragging sometime.
Yeah, yeah. We have innovated a technology where you can transform an old car to a new smart connected car at affordable cost. And this can be useful in COVID situation also, where you can avoid physical contact with vehicle switches, and this can be done with a smartphone like remote start, remote AC, remote power windows, all done from smartphone, and you can avoid physical contact in all kind of vehicles. And we are in launching stage now. And so this is about my company in 2 3 sentences. And we are looking for industry partners to launch it and reach to our early adopters. And with my experience and a recommendation or suggestion to IS360 is that we get potential customers, we need to get potential partners, VCs all in one place, and they can also, and we need an opportunity to pitch to VCs or uh, customers. So, and they can download our brochure, they can see our pitch deck, they can see our videos. So these are the things that we are looking into a platform like IS360. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vimal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
So I think
Shamalji,
that is it, right?
just I
Partha,
wanted to
anything
have the
else there?
final
Else is there, or
conclusion.
we
Right?
can just close the
I just want to
show?
have everybody's opinion. Just 1 minute, and we can close it. Not an issue.
Hello, Partha sir.
Yes, sir.
I think we have almost covered all the points. So let us afterwards. It is actually good that we got all the speakers on one board, panelists, and we got the viewpoints.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your time. Thank you, Ravi. Shamalji, thank you very much. Prem,
Thank
thanks
you.
for your time.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you
any
all.
quick
Thank you all
Yeah,
words
very
you would
much.
like to add?
Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you.